What's up, headbangers? Welcome to another episode of the Talk Louder podcast, where we geek out on all things rock and roll. Hit that subscribe button on our YouTube channel. Leave us your likes and comments. You can also leave likes and comments on our Facebook page. Follow us on iTunes, Spotify, Instagram at talklouder_podcast. And of course, our website, talklouderpodcast.com, where you'll find links to all of our previous episodes, including episode number 61, which features today's guest. Bass player Frank Bello from Anthrax is returning to the Talk Louder podcast today. How cool is that?
Amazing.
Yeah, second time for Frank Bello. We also just had Charlie Benante on the show recently, so we are very lucky and thankful that we've had the Anthrax camp has been so gracious to us, I should say. We're the grateful ones.
I'm glad that they are, snapping out and bringing the metal back because, I know, Charlie's been vocal about it, and so has Frank, especially, just with his life, with his book. And the first time we had Frank, he was, we were talking about his book.
Right.
But, we were also hot on the, current events of COVID, just like breaking down the whole entertainment business, ultimately. And the fact that they have, like, this tour that's, like, selling out every night. I don't know why I'm acting so surprised, because I guess I just didn't expect it to blow up like that. But the package is pretty...
It's strong.
Respectful, pretty surprisingly strong. And Hatebreed is perfect for the bill as well, because all three acts are nothing alike, in my opinion.
Yeah, it's a good bill. It's all heavy in its own different way, each band in its own different way, I guess. We're talking Anthrax, Black Label Society, and Hatebreed. And as you said, it's doing very well. I think people are just starved for, a great rock show.
That's where I was taking it. Yeah, I think that the not just a few months or 1 year or over 2 years, a lot of people had to shut down their camp and had to get busy doing other things.
And because we had Frank on the show once before, we took a deep dive into Anthrax with him on our previous episode 61, and we were talking about his book, Fathers, Brothers, and Sons, which I highly recommend, by the way, and I'm not just saying that because he's going to be on the show today, but I read as many rock and roll autobiographies and biographies as I can get my hands on, and I thought that one was fantastic. And what I liked about it was it wasn't just all about the dirt and the shenanigans that goes on with being in a successful rock band. I felt like when I was done with the book that I got to know Frank as a human being, and that was probably one of the things I liked most about it. So if you haven't picked up his book, Fathers, Brothers, and Sons, do so.
I'm guilty. I don't have it. I want it.
Yeah, it's a good one.
I'm looking forward to eventually sitting down with it. Yeah.
But I know you read very slow. If I loaned you the book, you'd have it for another 5 years.
Well, not 5 years, because I would feel bad if I had it that long. But
you'd give it back unfinished.
Yeah, I'm afraid to borrow or lend anything ever again, because I still haven't seen my Rose Tattoo book, and I cried like a baby on my social media trying to get that thing back. Lesson learned.
Yeah. Well, what I'm hoping we can do with Frank today, since it was a more serious conversation on the previous episode, I'd like to pick his brain today about what it's like to be on the road and touring and bringing this music to the people. I think there's a lot of myths and misconceptions about what it's like to live on a tour bus and live out of a suitcase. And Frank
for 40 years.
Yeah, for 40 years. Yeah.
Here he is. I'm letting him in now.
Okay, let him in. Frank's trying to join us.
Well, I'm trying to join you. Hi, guys.
Yeah,
hey.
hi, Frank. I see. Your
I
microphone's on.
apologize.
No, you're good.
Yeah, I suck at this. You guys know this already. I suck at this really bad.
That's okay. I was not going to bring that up.
Nah.
You know me very well.
All we need is your video.
You mute it. You just unmuted your mic. Now you can. There's
Okay.
look for camera. Look for start.
I swear,
video.
I know. I'm on my phone right now, and it just won't give me the camera thing. Damn it!
Wow.
Hold on.
Should be start video.
I'm gonna
somewhere.
press this. All right, Zoom. Okay, we go.
Frank, we can
Got
edit
that.
this out.
Wait. Hold on.
Hey,
Dude.
All right.
I don't know if you want to see this face right now.
Oh,
How are you, boys?
Face of a rock and roll, unshaven. Yeah.
Road dog.
I like your glasses.
Road dog in the back of. Thanks. I can't see without him right now. I can't see.
Yeah, I understand.
That's a sign of the times.
Do you wear contacts?
No, I can't wear contacts because my wonderful eyes get like infected with contacts. I'm one of the rare lucky people that can't wear contacts. It's wonderful.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Two times. So I would love it.
Can we get you to turn your phone horizontal?
Yes, we can. I can even do that.
Yeah.
See,
There we go. Now
I've gotten advanced now, guys. Come on. I know my stuff.
Now you're looking like $1 million.
I don't
You know what I'm
mind
doing here?
Go ahead.
Okay. You know what I'm trying to do? I'm trying to shut this back door. I'm in the back of a lounge of the bus, and these fucking air doors, the air decides when it wants to work and when it doesn't. I'm about to fucking pull this thing down. It's driving me crazy.
This goes right into what I wanted to talk about today.
While you're rebuilding the back lounge of the bus, Dave had a great question. I'm going to steal it from him. What really how would you describe like 40 years of living out of a suitcase on the road? You know,
guys. You guys know me. I'm pretty straight ahead, and I love this lifestyle. But when you haven't done it for almost 3 years, it's, to be honest with you guys right now, not even joking, it was really hard to come back into the rhythm of it. Like, I'm just starting to feel, I mean, this is like the 7th show of the tour. I'm just starting to feel like I've done this for a living for all my life. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's just so strange to come from your fucking basement, from your basement, and all of a sudden just jump right into this again. You guys have been through this.
Yep.
It's just really weird. So I'm in the back of a tour bus, which I've spent all my life, right? All my life in a tour bus. And it was very foreign to me walking on it for the first time again in almost 3 years. It was very strange that this is my home now, blah, 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 all this stuff, the daily life.
Well, we're glad you're doing it because we're looking forward to seeing you in Austin. And I know that the tour is going well so far. And I was telling Jason before you joined us that we had you on the show once before. And at that time, and by the way, you were one of my favorite guests. And I'm not just saying that because you're on the show
Thank
today.
you.
I loved that episode. And back on that episode, we took sort of a deep dive into Anthrax and sort of the history of being in the band. And we also talked at length about your book, Fathers, Brothers, and Sons, which I was just telling Jason, I think is probably one of the better books I've read. And I read a lot of rock and roll autobiographies and biographies. So if you don't mind humoring us today, and it's great that you joined us the way you did, because what I wanted to talk about a little bit is the glitz and glamour of being on the road and touring. And so how many people are currently living on that tour bus with you? Because I don't think most people know. Most people probably think it's the band members and a driver and maybe a roadie, but I'm guessing you've probably got a handful more people on that bus than just that.
Well, as you guys know, this has been a while in the making, this tour, and it's a great tour. Look, these are either selling out or packed every night, so I'm very happy to be back, and we're very fortunate, very grateful for what we do. But on this thing, we really decided, because of COVID specifically, is to have 2 separate tour buses, one for the crew and one for the band, which is really nice because I love a good condo bunk, the bigger one, so you don't bang your head every morning, which I'm notoriously doing all the time. So we, just to stay away from the possibility of COVID, like, put it this way, guys, we played LA last week, and this is how crazy touring is now. Everybody's wearing masks and stuff backstage. We can't let anybody backstage because we call it the bubble. It's called bubble touring now. Yeah. It's just unfortunate because you can't see your friends and your family and all that stuff. Like, immediate family are allowed back because we're with them all the time, but it's really tough. But it's a different game now. This COVID thing, we're trying to like have everybody just away. God forbid one of us goes down. It's a really tough time. You lose a shitload of money, and the tour hurts, and nobody can afford that right now. It's just there's too much at stake. So we're just trying to be limited where we're going and stuff, and how many people interact with us, and even in our meet and greets, we want to talk. Look, I want to shake everybody's hand and hug them, all that good stuff, and take pictures. But even in the meet and greets, there has to be like a distance, and everybody understands. Everybody's cool about it. Just trying to keep the tour going and not get sick, because it goes like this. So I'll tell you, we played one of the bigger shows on the tour, sold out LA Palladium show last week. An hour before the show, we found out that one of the guys on the crew who were in the dressing room without a mask was talking right close to us, and he had it. It wasn't his fault, nobody's fault. It just happened. He didn't even know he had it, but that went into panic mode, right?
Yeah.
You know how fast this thing can spread. It went into panic mode, and thank God we had a great show, and it all worked out. Nobody else got it. He's better now, thank God. And it's just that's how fast it is. It's a different way of living on tour now, guys. That's what I'm trying to say. It's not as comfortable as it can be, because I want to hang out with my friends. Like last night, I had some really great old school friends. I couldn't even see them. I've invited them to the show, of course, and see the show. Just can't have them back. Hi, you wave them with the mask. Hey, how you doing from afar? Yeah. And then you do a FaceTime thing, and it all works that way.
Yeah, yeah. Well, you bring up a good point, and I guess that so you're out with Black Label Society and Hatebreed, a great tour package. Awesome tour package. And I know that you're tight with the Black Label guys especially, and I know you and JD tend to, I've seen some of your interviews. You guys are great together because you riff off each other and you goof off each other.
Oh, dude, I thought he was going to be on this.
We were supposed to have him.
Yeah, we were supposed to have him, and I guess the logistics didn't allow, so we said, okay, fine, we'll settle for Frank. No, I'm just
Sloppy
kidding.
second, Frank. I know. No, it's fine. But
no, I'm kidding.
We do have fun.
I'm
the
kidding.
Only problem of course, but with JD and I, we know each other quite a long time, and we finish each other's sentences. It's a goof, and we had a good time. So yeah, we'll do it again. I'm not worried about that.
So I was going to ask, I know it's early in the tour, but it's keeping with the theme of touring. Has there been any Spinal Tap moments yet? Or is things kind of clicking along okay? Or have you had any?
It's always fun to start a tour after 3 years. It's been we've never been off this long. You guys know that, but it's a big rock show. We have the staging on this stuff, and try and there's always a little something that I constantly fall, and this staging, we have the grading staging, it's the steps and stuff. So I'm really cautious because I know it's going to happen. You're going to see a video of me. I guarantee it's going to get out there. It hasn't happened yet, but I will face plant. This. So I'm notoriously, but dude, it's going to happen. If we talked about it right now, let's remember this day that we're talking about it right now. I'm going to catch my shoe in one of these steps, and you will see, and then we will laugh about it like we are right now, even harder.
You just jinxed
not
yourself.
Yet, so, but I'm waiting for it.
We're laughing in advance.
But look, let's face it. As my mom say, I was born a klutz, right? I was born a klutz, and it's always happened. I fall everywhere. So it just, as we're talking right now, we'll get on together next time when it's done and it's on video and everybody's laughing. And we'll laugh at Frank together. I mean, the third person, right?
Yeah.
Not yet, but it's bound. It's bound.
Do you think that it might be possible to bad eyesight?
Good. Yes, of course, because I don't have my glasses on stage. Of course. Thank you for that. That's my out.
That could be your full excuse. It could be your doctor's note that you bring to school. Please excuse little Frankie. He has really bad eyes, and that's why he fell down, and that's why he's late for the one.
Exactly. Thank you. And Jason and David
couldn't
were back
find the one. Had to climb back up.
Jason and David will preempt that and say, look, we knew this was going to happen when Frankie doesn't wear his glasses on stage. It's just what happens. So we have to excuse him.
We'll take care of you, man. We'll take care of you.
Yeah.
Well, the beautiful thing is that all you guys are fun and humble, and are you guys are your own like funny target. You guys can make fun of yourselves at the drop of a dime. All of you guys, you know, oh man, this and you guys have always.
Anthrax always had a sense of humor.
Yeah. Even in real life, in the songs, and even in real life, some of you guys' lyrics are funny. Some of you know, so there's characters going on. There's definitely serious and dark and crazy moments going on in your songs, but you guys have always had some tongue in cheek.
So when you're out, when you're out on the road, Frank, inquiring minds want to know what are the must-have items when you stop at a truck stop? What do you always buy?
You want to get real?
Yeah,
absolutely.
Let's be honest.
Do we want to get real? I didn't expect that.
Advil.
Do you want me to say some bullshit? Or do you want me to tell you the fucking truth?
Well, is it the real touring that has to happen? You better make sure those wipes are around somewhere, because you don't know when and where you have to go on when there's going to be a toilet, right? And that's just, I hate to talk like it's bathroom humor, yes, but this is the reality of the road. So you better have those wipes, because look, the whole thing, you got to find a clean toilet. So I'm wiping things down, dude. I'm not sitting on anything until everything's wiped down and everything's clean. Like it's got to be my home for that 5-10 minutes, whatever I'm in there. It's my home. The home bowl advantage I bring everywhere. That's the way it's got to be. The home bowl advantage. And look, that's key to success right there. And then it's everything else, you know, like the toothpaste, all that nonsense. You got to get gooped up and stuff. And truck stops are my favorite, because you go in there, it's a candy, like literally a candy store, but I just buy everything there. So truck stops the first, but I always, you know, long drive. We had one the other night that let's face it, you wake up and it's wake and go, right?
Yeah.
I had to find one, and you have a bunch of truck drivers. You have a bunch of truck drivers that are competing for the same toilet.
Yeah, that's true. It's easy to lose your per diem in there.
Yeah, and you
lose your per diem in a truck stop.
And your lunch, whatever, because the smell in that thing is beyond. There's just a new level of human. It's not even human. That smell altogether is not human. It's like I went to a truck stop the other night, and my God, like that thing come out of you. There's no way. There's a bunch of humans doing this. It's like, I know, look, everybody shit stinks. The truth of the matter is that was a new level, because you went in like, I'm not hungry. You know, after that, you came out of the bathroom, I'm not hungry, I'm good. You know, you don't need for a while.
Yeah,
I'm sorry for the bathroom humor, guys. It's just the truth.
I asked the question, and, you know, as audience members, we could say the same thing, because typically when we go to an Anthrax gig, we end up in a porta potty, and we don't even have the wipes. So
you got to carry it.
I have a good question that this will get us out of the gutter out of the truck stop.
Yeah.
I in my sort of like in the crazy cartoon in my mind, especially since you guys, it's the band on their own bus, like some kick-ass kind of coffee maker on the bus that you guys brought in that has its own fucking road case or something. Am I right?
Yeah. There's two of them.
Yeah.
Two of them on this bus.
All right. All right.
Like seriously, this bus smells delicious. And you get up in the morning, dude, you know, morning for us is 10 o'clock, something like that. It's the best. You could fly with the smell of this bus of coffee. Heavenly coffee beans. You get up and everything's good. Everything's, it's fresh. It's fresh. It counters the other stuff we were talking about. So that makes up for everything.
Fresh and caffeinated. Yeah.
Dude, everybody's in a good mood. Everybody's ready. Everybody gets it, because you know the anticipation is right there. I smell it from my bunk. Somebody pops in. You know, somebody's.
Are you guys drinking? I'm sorry. Are you guys drinking?
Jason.
Charlie's coffee, or whose coffee? You guys.
What's on the menu? Everybody's got.
It's
yeah. There's a bunch of. There's a bunch of Starbucks stuff on there, but everybody's got their own little thing, and it's all good. But concoction. Everybody's got their little power. You know, whatever gets them through it. You know, everybody's got their flavor. You know, because you come. Remember, guys, I'm blocking you. We're coming from home, so everybody wants their comfort of home, right, and bring it out a little bit. So everybody has their little taste of home. in that coffee. So right now I have because of my doctor's orders, I'm on decaf right now, which sucks.
Wow.
But it's better than I know. It's tough. It's tough because I had to give up caffeine.
Are you okay? Are you feeling okay?
Yeah.
I'm fine. Yeah, it just
good.
It was recommended. And plus, let's face it, I'm too hyper as it is. It's time to bring it down a little bit.
That's what we love about you. Here's another question we'll get out of the truck stop. And this I have to ask. I just have to ask because you're so close to the source. The Pantera reunion. Charlie is a part of that, obviously, and Zach from Black Label is a part of that. So you're on the inner loop of this.
Yep.
And obviously, it's blown up the internet. It's controversial in some ways. There's a lot of people that are excited about it. You, as an insider, when Charlie got the news about this possible reunion, was there any trepidation about doing it? And number two, as an insider, do you have any inclination that there might be something beyond the tour, like perhaps new music being recorded?
That I have no knowledge of, but I could tell you the other side of it. How, from my point of view, look, we've done a lot of touring with Pantera in our day. We were family. You have to understand, Anthrax and Pantera, we were very much family. Dime played on a few of our records. Yeah, we were very, very close to these guys. So Charlie has also had a really close relationship with Dime and Vinny. We all did. They got the right guy. If there's one guy play drums who play the right way, the songs the way they should be, I think Vinny would say this too, rest his soul. We were very, very close with these guys. This will be like another family member joining that, paying tribute to these guys. So for me, as a Pantera fan, yes, I'm stoked on it. I think Zach's awesome. We talk about it every day. We're close with Zach. We've known him for years. So this is a great time. I think it's a celebration of Pantera. I think I'll be the first one in line for a ticket. I'll be loving this. I think it's a great tribute also for the people who haven't seen Pantera. These guys will do the right job of representing Pantera. I think if it was to be done, this is the right way. In my opinion, I'd want to see this just because, man, it's going to be done right and respectful, and it's going to be awesome. So look, and just a little selfishly, I've been jamming with Charlie Benanti for all my life. He's a relative of mine. It's great that a bigger stage is going to, a bigger group of people are going to see how great he truly is as a drummer. I think people are going to see that and say, wow, something that we've known for a long time. So it's going to be a great thing, and it's a tribute. I'm looking forward to it. I'm a Pantera fan.
It's going to be emotional.
Totally. And that should be. That's part of the tribute, right? Because we all miss them, and now maybe we can feel them again a little bit. That's the way I look at it, man. This is these riffs from Dime to the Vinny. You just feel it. It's really a feeling inside. They went way beyond music. Those guys, you got to think about that. They went way beyond music. They touched you, in my opinion. They touched people inside, and that music is a celebration of it. So I look forward to all these people, not only us fans that have seen him and hung out with Pantera, but the people who haven't had a chance to see it. I think it's going to be a great representation of a tribute. I think it's going to be beautiful.
Yeah.
Amen.
Hey, let's plug your solo EP.
Rare Bird.
Yeah, thanks.
Tell us
Forgot about that.
Then I'm Gone, I believe, is the title, and you play all the instruments.
Yeah, except drums, because I'm not a very good drummer. But you guys, we've talked about this before. There's a lot of stuff going on in my book, but that brought up a lot of angst again. And I had this stuff, and the book was done. I said, how do I get this out? Literally, how do I get this out? And I had these songs. It just lent itself right to it. And there's a little more. I mean, if people like the Altitudes and Attitude thing I did with Dave Ellison a while back, this will be more of a continuation of that. If they like that, it's hard rock. Me singing, it's just something that had to happen. And here's what happened. I was going to put it out later on, but my publisher from the book heard it, and he really loved the songs. And he said, we should put this out around the same time as the paperback when that comes out, which is November 2nd. So it really works. And it just, you guys have read the book, it's The lyrics are straight out.
I'm late to the
book.
game. I'm being honest. I haven't broke it yet. I need to check it out.
Okay. No, well, you will, and I'm sure you will.
Looking
But
forward
thank
to
you,
it.
Jason.
Yeah.
It's all good. Yeah. So, and that's what it is. So it's dipping my toes into it a little bit, and people have been asking me about it since the Altitudes and Attitude thing. So, I'm looking forward to it. It's something we'll do some shows. I have a side band that, you know, when Anthrax is off, and it's something to dip my toes into a little bit.
You, obviously you mentioned that you're touring sort of in a bubble, and but one of the traditions when bands go on tour, and because you're so close to Black Label, I wanted to ask this. There's traditionally the last gig of the tour prank, where I can't remember if the headliner pranks the opener or if it's the other way around. And I know you're trying to be careful because of COVID and everything, but are you already coming up with some sort of strategy to bust on the Black Label guys on the last night of the tour?
Well, there's always something, you know, that I'm looking forward to learning those little parts about, you know, because you look for the little things that you want to get, like what they rely on. I don't know, because you got to be careful, like, because of COVID, but this is a fun tour, dude. This is a fun,
I'm sure.
Nobody, you know what I mean? There's a lot of ball busting on this tour, a lot of laughing. If you go backstage,
fucking
it's
Zach,
just nonstop.
dude, is Zach the king of ball busting or fucking what?
Ball busting, it's nonstop. It's awesome. You know, all I have to say backstage, when, you know, JD, when JD and Zach are together, I can just start off and I say, Yankees, Mets, go. And that's all I have to say. JD is a diehard Met fan, and he literally watches it every day. Every kind of trade, everything's going nuts. And there's I'm a Yankee fan too, so it's kind of tough. So all I have to do is say, Yankees, Mets, go. And it'll just go. And Zach will just say, well, you know, they're having their World Series now. When they need it, they're not going to be. It's so fucking great. I love it. It's great that I can start something like that. But there will be, you know, again, this is like the first week and a half into the tour. There'll be more to come. And,
I'm sure.
More ball busting. So that end of the tour should be interesting.
Yeah.
Hopefully we can do more of this tour. This tour, it's doing really well, thankfully. So what I like when a package does this well and everybody gets along so well, I always look forward to, because there's talk about a second leg sometime. I would like that, because we haven't hit a lot of areas. So you never know. I'm looking forward to it.
Well, I for one, want to thank you and the powers that be for putting together such a strong bill, because like you, the fans have been starved for live concerts and good music, and what a way to come back with a strong triple bill like this. I know that we're looking forward to it here in Austin. We're going to see you on Tuesday at Stubbs. My son is a huge Black Label fan, and I'm an old school Anthrax fan. So this is a great package for both of us. Some good father and son time.
Absolutely. You know, David, let me say something on that real quick, if you don't mind.
Yeah,
we're
please.
seeing a lot of that father and son thing, mothers, daughters. We're seeing a lot of people bringing their kids to these shows. So, you know, this whole metal thing we grew up with, we're seeing the turnover of generations.
Yeah.
We're seeing a lot of brothers older brothers bringing their younger brothers and sisters to the shows. There's a lot of kids. I mean, last time we played the Casino 21 and over, and you felt that the kids weren't there. It was so weird. You could feel that in the crowd, you know, when you miss that kind of energy. And the rest of them are all ages. But I'm so happy that you're doing that, because I think that's a rite of passage.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's really cool to see that. I think they're going to appreciate it. Your son will appreciate that later on in life beyond words. You won't even realize it, but they will. They'll get something, whatever. If they like the band. He said he's a really big Black Label fan. They take more of that. Man, come on, Dad did this for me. How cool is that? How cool is that? Yeah. I applaud that, dude. Very cool.
Yeah, there's good parenting going on in heavy metal.
Yeah, I agree. And we see it every day at our meet and greets, because we get to meet people and talk with them. And actually, our meet and greets are literally people just hanging out with us and asking any question. So we see a lot of the families coming. And it's really beautiful to see that, because they genuinely are into it, because their mom or dad got into this whenever year, and this brought them to this place. And it's just really fun to see this.
Yeah. My son plays 3 or 4 instruments, and he's got a record
Awesome.
collection that's starting to rival mine, and his taste in music is all Metallica, Anthrax, Black Label, Sepultura, Slipknot.
Good.
It's, it's good stuff, and we go to all the gigs that we can. We had Charlie
let's face it, man.
Go ahead.
Oh, I'm saying, let's face it, the next generation, the next music has to come from somewhere. So when I hear things like that, it inspires me, because it's been really good to us. I want to see this thing carry on, make people feel good that like we have. We've had this great ride, right? All of us, this music listeners, with this great metal thing. And it's got to come from somewhere in the next generation. So when I hear that he's playing guitar and stuff like that, that could be the next Anthrax, Black Label. That's just great to hear.
It reminds me. It reminds me of a full circle, and this has to do with the story you told us last time about when you were hanging out Electric Ladyland, stuff like that on the street, and you met Gene.
Yeah.
And you got to, here's little Frankie, and he remembered that, and he always remembered that, and I think that was like the power for you to continue and to strive to do what it is that you're still doing.
Absolutely, and it goes a long way. I mean, look, Gene remembers this. He wrote the forward to my book because of that. He remembers
I know that. It's amazing.
It's amazing that, he remembers. He still has all these great memories. He's got a great recollection. So when I see that, it pushes me further. It pushes me further when I think about that. So when I hear a great story like that, you're bringing your son, that pushes me further. It's the next stage. It's awesome.
Yeah. Listen, I know we got to let you go here in a couple minutes, but I wanted to ask you one more question. We had Charlie on the show a couple weeks ago, and I asked him this question, but now I want to ask you. Anthrax is together 40 years as a band. You've obviously made a successful career out of music. You've also written your autobiography. You now have a solo EP. You broke musical ground and barriers with Public Enemy. You've played Yankee Stadium. You're part of the Big Four. You've been on Married with Children. What else is there on the bucket list?
Madison Square, supporting Iron Maiden.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
What's left on the bucket list for Frank Bello?
What's great? I don't think any of us on this thing right now, people watching this, I don't think we know that. Isn't that great that we don't know that? You just want to go for it. I don't want to. I think it should be limitless. Like even with people ask about the new Anthrax stuff, music and stuff. Yeah, it's going to be. It will be, but not now. But it will be coming out eventually. I just think I think just keep going. Just keep going for it. Like, oh God, you guys have been together for 40 years. And look, I like us to be together for 50 years, right? Yeah. I'm having a good ride. I'm having a good time. People are feeling good at our shows. This is, there's enough bullshit in the world. This thing, this music thing makes people feel good. Isn't that a good thing to have?
Yeah,
so amazing. It's the best.
It's the best. We have this outlet, all of us guys. We have this great outlet of metal music. How great is this, man? How fortunate are we? That's the way I look at it now, because the outside world is pretty shitty, and we can come back to this and feel comfortable and make us feel good again. And so this is our outlet. This is our valve, that valve release, right?
Yeah.
So I look at it.
Well, there's work to be done. There's always work to be done, but it's also a safe place for you guys. It's where you go to be warm. It's where you go to feel love, and it's not like it's me. It's a place to go where you can create so you can give some back.
Yeah, it is exactly. Jason, you hit it on the head, man. It's really getting that energy together with fans, and that's really important. We haven't felt that in a while. Yeah. That's what's so great about being on tour again. Live performances, man. That interaction when a fan comes and gets it all out, right? And we can do the same thing from the stage, so that builds that one energy together, man. That's what we've been missing, because it's been a long time, right? And I'm glad it's back.
Well, there's people that absolutely love what you guys create, and it's always going to be there.
Yeah.
Thankfully. Yeah, we're very grateful for all this stuff. To be around doing this stuff and this level, we're very fortunate. We're very happy about that.
Yeah.
I'm grateful.
Frank, we want to respect your time. I know we need to cut you loose, but we do appreciate you talking to us again for the second time.
Always great. Dude, guys, always great talking to you guys. We have a blast all the time, so it's always fun. Thank you.
Man. And I appreciate you being a good sport with all the silly tour questions, but I wanted to get onto something lighter and a little different.
No, it's all good, man. It's fun.
Yeah, we will see you in Austin on Tuesday, and with Black
Yes, you
Label
will.
Society and Hatebreed. And how long does the tour go on?
We have another three weeks on this, I think.
All right.
I think this the last show is around the end of the month. So we're having fun, man. It's good. It's a good tour.
Right.
Awesome.
So for all our listeners out there, keep your eyes out. They'll be coming to a town near you. Go see this great bill. Anthrax, Black Label Society, and Hatebreed. I'm Metal Dave Glessner, along with my co-host Jason McMaster. We thank you, Mr. Frank Bello, for joining us again on another episode of the Talk Louder podcast.
Thanks, guys. You guys be well, okay? Stay safe.
Thanks, Frank.
man. You do the same.
See you Tuesday.
Peace.